Hello and good afternoon. We have about 25 minutes before the market opens. Um, and one of the best platforms for news, we have a banner, a red banner on top that says US presses Ukraine to sign peace framework by next Thursday. It threatens to cut intelligence and weapons. Okay. We have a very interesting day today with an expiration of about $3.1 trillion. Today's options and futures expiration. And yesterday we had we had a relevant turn of events right about 10:30 New York Times in the morning, and the market started selling off like an algorithmic selling at VWAP, value weighted average price, for 2 hours and a half without finding strong buyers to just be able to turn this around. So let me copy the stream, copy, share. So I go to Discord, and remember, the Discord is open for a reason. We're gonna see the Discord. So removing this. Discord should be open up. It's here, but it's behind something. Okay. So here in Discord, I go to YouTube and I paste the comment for today. And let's see the last and most important news. Okay, now the stream having an issue with Windows. It's not opening new windows. It is the stream itself. Okay, finally. Yoo-hoo! Open the studio and see how this is working. Need to change video resolution. So I guess I have to do this. Settings, a video, and they want me to change the video resolution. But I guess if it works, right? If I go to YouTube, I am there. Yes, I'm there. So if I raise my hand, I am there. Yes, I'm there. So if I raise, yeah, so it's working. typing hello there. So let's go. We have 29 minutes to the open so far. The futures are better than yesterday. Gold a little better than yesterday. Bitcoin is not better than yesterday. So first of all, let's start like always with the main news of the day. So go to markets, and then we want to look for market moving events. Japan cabinets, this is important, approves 135 billion stimulus. US post solid job growth in September, but unemployment rate rises. Okay, and do I need to come this way? Oh yeah, I need to come this way. Let me see if I can change this. Yeah. So I am there in the middle, more comfortable. And oil stands decline as US presses for Russian-Ukraine peace deal. Let me check. Crude oil 1.5, 57. That's correct. Yesterday oil had a little sell-off. This was 21 hours ago. This is now. Nvidia reliefs won't be enough to dispel tech bubble arms. Officials eye financial stability as key debate rate cut move. Okay, this is 3 weeks ago. Indian rupee outflows, okay, and 12 hours ago. This is on the market. Let's go into the companies. I think there is exactly Paramount, Comcast, and Netflix submit a bid for Warner Bros. Discovery, sources said. Foxconn and Nvidia 1.4 billion Taiwan superconducting cluster to be ready by H1 2026. This is a very interesting one. Okay, let me take this, copy this, and go into X. We go Pro, Twitter, go here, paste it, and this is stack in. And hashtag Foxconn. Oh, you edit. So yes, so that's now on Twitter. That's a relevant news. And let's go to the markets. Markets, equity indexes. This is live data from the future indexes from around the world. And let's see what picture I'm painting at the moment. New York, North America positive together with Australia. In the morning, these indexes in Europe, let me remove my picture from here. They were worse than they are now, and they're still mixed in Asia, but Hansen positive and Nikkei improved. In the morning, it was a bit weaker. Here, the one that we have positive, Switzerland, showing some decorrelation to the European indexes, and the CAC that just turned positive is just about flat, right? The negative one is the IBEX Spain, 1.007%. So far, this is not looking bad. Yesterday, they were looking much better, and then it flipped, right? So let's see if we focus on the market internals and in the daily routine, what do we get? So to get to, you have to go to this link. It's on the description of the video, I believe. And then we open every single box here, and we get key data that I look as of the close of yesterday. First is the calendar of today. We have seen unemployment already, right? And consumer sentiment is so unemployment was yesterday. We have seen PMI, or not yet. We are going to see PMI. We're going to see consumer sentiment at 10, and nothing much. Here, what do we have? Let me erase this line, make it a little easier for you. The downtrend is not new, right? Look, it's here, somehow here, right? So we want to say, hey, this is not new. It started in the first 12 days of the month. So 7, yeah, to about the day 12, right? In Japan, started at the end of last month. Or the top was at the end of last month. We had been seeing this in this chart here, highlighting that there is we mentioned 1 week negative, 2 weeks negative, and I thought that was enough. It clearly was not. And inside the week, but negative as well. And now we broke to the downside. We were trading yesterday at the low of the tariff increase comments from Trump on China, right? So we traded to yesterday's low. I thought for sure yesterday that this low, right, was secure. This one here in the daily candle, and clearly it was not. We opened higher about here, and we close erasing the gains, right? Here. What do we have so far? Positive quarterly candle, so it's not extremely bearish, right? 11% year to date, minus 4.4 as of yesterday's close, right? Okay. Month to date, monthly candle is negative, and this is where I say, hey, are we going to find the bottom here? Yeah. We take it day by day. I cannot predict the future, right? The systems are having, my systems are having mixed signals. So some are short, another one are looking for a turn. So we'll see. We take it day by day. We do our best every single day. What do we have here? Each vertical line is the, I have to move this person 25 higher. I could do that now, but nah, let me do it later. We have 20 minutes to go, right, to the open of New York to share the internals. So we had weakness. I mean, clearly you see this negative close to -1 for many days, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. And how many we had in the same window positive above 1 in the 95 percentile? 1 and 2. I mean, that's it. 1 and 2. That we were positive thinking that, hey, this is going to bottom, this is going to reverse. Yes, we were positive. Yes. That we made money in the downside. Yes. Is it easier to make money to the upside? Could be. But we have to trade what we have inside, in front of us. All right. New highs and new lows, the difference between new highs and new lows in both New York and Nasdaq. First, New York Stock Exchange, and second, Nasdaq. Now it's easier to see, hey, the weakness started really here, right? All of these, look, a big bunch of new lows versus new highs. Then 3 days of rest, right? And then continuing pressure to the downside. Are we strong? I mean, no, we are not strong. Can this revert for the rest of the weeks, for the rest of the year? Of course. Can we continue higher? Of course. Or lower? Of course. Here we have the VIX. When this goes negative like this, we have to watch, right? When this goes negative like this, we have to watch. It goes negative, we have to watch. It went negative, and I didn't watch a lot, right? I said, okay, 20, 25, I'll break it there. I prefer near 20. It went to 25. I said, okay, it went farther yesterday. I said, I watch. I opened this morning and we were trading the VIX. The front month contract was trading at 22. We can see here that the difference between 2 months and 1 month went negative, right? The same thing with the difference with the 3 months minus the second month, right? So if we go negative, here is the 0 line. We'll have it is more sustainable when the second and the third month are into play negative than when they just the first and the second, right? Here, year to date, I mean, it's painful what we see in the last 4 weeks. I mean, it's not nice for the bulls, but gold is still doing great, 55. It didn't go down the last few days, right? Crude, wow, it did. I remember the 13, now we are 15. Consumer discretionary is negative. It's the only one that we see here from the equities. Utility is doing great. Communication of the ESPS or the S&P doing great. And emerging markets, let me raise this, show you emerging markets. 27, extraordinary. This is the one similar that yesterday, and here we do have some highlights to do. First highlight, Bitcoin. In the last 2 days, is -7%, and this is not counting what is happening today, that is a bit lower, right? Remember again, close of yesterday. Bitcoin, let me change this to white. Bitcoin, right? Silver positive, gold flat. This is where I said, hey, in the last couple of days we didn't move. It is true that in the last 5 trading days, hey, this is negative. In the last 2 weeks, this is positive and nicely positive. You see, there is nothing that we track here with better return than gold and silver in the last 14 days. We don't. Here, there is the Euro stock that is positive in the last 2 weeks. Okay, that's interesting, because in the last week your stock did not do very well. Year to date, it's doing well. The last 12 months and the last 2 years doing very well. The highlight of NVIDIA is that in the last month and in the last 14 days, it's about flat. The NVIDIA is not going down with the market. I mean, look at the Nasdaq 100 in the last 30 days is worse than NVIDIA. And in the last 30 and the last 2 weeks, it's about the same. It's about, as of the close of yesterday, it's about the same. So is this a big sell-off? No, it is not. It is true that high beta stocks have been like moving heavily, right? But Apple, it's here. In the last 30 days, it's positive. In the last 90 days, it's 17% up. In the year to date, okay, not so strong, right? Google, I don't have Google here. Maybe now that Warren Buffett has sent Google, I could, or Alphabet, I could go in here. And that's all. That's all. We have 12 minutes to the open, and let's go to the live charts. This is what we are finding now, right? What is the other chart here? This is my volume profile together with these two lines that I use. Yesterday we have this is what I mentioned. We traded higher until 10:30 or so. And remember, this is what time is this? Sorry, 9:28. So this is New York time, right? Some charts shows New York, others shows the Chicago time. So this is our time. New York time. So from then on, we had a big sell-off until here, 11:30. Then a continuation until here, almost 12 lunch. Then it touched the day so far at 1, right? Retraced at the 1:30. What? Oh, here. And then we just do this consolidation here a little bit to break the consolidation and close at the low. The good thing that we can highlight here. Oh, my camera. Is that the internals were kind of leading a little bit to it. We had a very good internals at the open. You can go to Discord and check it. We had positive here, right? Positive across the board for half an hour easily. And then around this, it flipped, started to see a negative. And when I saw that, I was thinking, this is not as strong as I think. I should stop looking for longs, right? In the intraday, so the systems, the longer term was short, but in the intraday, I didn't see it paying off. Now, of course, we see a very, very clear here how the ticks were just until, what time is this? 11:45. 10:40. Yeah. So 10:45. but this is Chicago time, right? You see how it opens at 8:30, so Chicago time here. This is the sell-off started. Oh, let me go for the yes. This, let me make it bigger. This high was at 9:30, so 10:30, right? And then it continue in the 50-minute candle. Is yes, there is no green. There is no green until this low, right? 8 50-minute candles. This is why I think it's a program just selling. And yeah, we had this area, so it said stop around here, but it didn't. It went continue, reverse, and then continue. So did it help the market internal yesterday? Oh, greatly. It saved me some headaches. If we go, let's do the large stocks, because I have some work where I need to fix the trading. So here, yesterday we were thinking, okay, we are trading inside of this box. Let's go to the upside with a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. The one was over. Whoop, the stop loss taken out. Now it's true that something similar we can do here. It's a new trade, certainly, right? And now this congestion activate area, we can move here. And we can move it here. We say, hey, can we do it up to here and then trade lower? Let me show you here. Can we do this today? And then here, and this area, maybe does this again, right? So this will be low, double low, the double low, and higher, low. That's one scenario for bulls. The other scenario is that right, we don't even go here. The other scenario is that if we go here and we don't find support, we can go lower. That's correct. Yes, it is correct. I mean, there is the three scenarios that we can play. Can we go back inside of the triangle? Kind of. That's what I thought yesterday. We were trading here. I said, okay, we're back inside of here in the triangle. We'll mingle this year resolve to the upside. Christmas rally, closing the year positive. Now, maybe bulls need to think, oh, double top, and then another scenario like this. That's into the picture, but so far, let's take it step by step, day by day. Okay. Where the euro dollar still respecting the trend line, Bitcoin into a mess, right? Bitcoin is now, again, this was a trade on Bitcoin. I was thinking 1-to-1, 2-to-1 risk reward ratio didn't work, and I'm sorry, I'm not removing this. I am not having another try here. This is the trend line is creating another trend line here. Primary, secondary, primary, secondary. Bulls needed to show up. Here it did not show up. What? It's going to go lower. Fine. Let me remove this. Duplicate. Let's go here until 75. We can go, we can reverse, we'll see. But that's the 75 area. Nothing much. Crude. This is very interesting because it moves, it trades, right? Triangle broke to the downside. It seems it's like likely to close here. Why don't we go to 55.93 and give me a place to enter and make some money, right? They want oil cheaper and they want to profit from cheaper oil, right? This is the best way for me to do it. The ES. Okay, we went through that. I fixed the boxes. Gold. So similar story. In a range. Yesterday. A similar story, I mean the three boxes, right? 2 to 1 risk reward. If we close below this here, then off. That's into trouble. This bulls should show up in this negative candle, indecision candle, again bad candle for the bulls. Let's see how we move, right? Now I can activate this and go here, say hey, see what happened there. We never went to detest this downside here, right? So here what we have is this is a major low, right? Consolidation, higher low con respect to this one, right? Higher low. And if we don't break this, right, to the downside, this could be a higher low as well. We break the trend line and we go there. If this turned to be a high, lower high, meaning this, right? Then we can push to the downside here. But I don't think so. That's not what I think is going to happen. I might be wrong. This is not what I'm thinking going to happen. The 2 to 1 risk reward ratio, the NQ was again, whoop, not valid. Bulls want it again. This is what they need to do. Remove. Duplicate. Can now this be this area similar to the S&P 500? Tricky, right? But activate, duplicate, and then duplicate again. So if you want a 2 to 1 risk reward ratio, activate. This is how we created, and now we are open, right? 2 to 1 risk reward ratio. The low of yesterday will be the low where you need to protect, and we can have trading inside of yesterday large, huge range. And that's it. Silver was stronger, but it was stronger than gold. But look what silver did today. So we can keep that. VIX 22, YM, Apple. And looking if I have drawn some boxes here. But you can see Google is not weak, right? This is weak. Microsoft is weak. Nvidia holding huge range yesterday. Oracle down again. This is relevant. You see how I have an alert here to tell me if it tries to go higher. It's no Palantir. At least it's not at the low of the day of yesterday. NQ similar to Palantir. Russell bad, right? Bad. I mean, it's similar to the index. YM, you see, is a little better than the Russell. SPX, SPY turning negative. Tesla. So here we have the 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio to all-time highs. Still inside yesterday. Look, Tesla, it's not super negative. So this is the picture. Internals. What do we have within 2 minutes of the open? We have positive. Let me take the picture and send it to Discord. I can go here to Discord, intraday for reference. And I can say, hey, here we have positive volume entering the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. 3-to-1 and 1.5-to-1 in the Nasdaq. Above 1 volume, advance and decliners 800, tick 500. So far, I do not see various internals at the open, right? Can they get worse? Oh, yesterday they got much worse. Look, here you can see the picture. Oh no, this is not how they... Here you can see the picture of yesterday. How do I do this? Let me see. I think if I go here and I paste it here, yes, you can see here the picture of yes. Oh, this is today. Very interesting. So let me see if I can do this thing. Then open browser image forward. Open in browser. Go to this browser. This is a picture of yesterday, where we clearly saw positive like today, and kind of positive like today, right? But then later, floop, in this trend line, just building. So as of now, we have positive here. So far, some sectors are holding. Yesterday, all of them were green. Ticks giving back a little bit, but the stocks not trading lower. SPX not trading lower. And we'll see. Remember, today is Friday. Auction expiration, a very large one. Do not risk the P&L of the week if you're positive. Today is one of the hardest day trading scenarios I have encountered. Trading at the auction expiry, very complex, right? And I'll catch you in the next one. See you. Bye and take care, my friends.